I've decided to organize it like a roulette wheel, with 36 chapters describing the year I spent out there. Out there, in this case, being a euphemism for anywhere where I could get away from the unrelenting heartache caused by my wife suddenly stabbing me in the back. I'm also going to include 2 extra chapters to represent the 2 numbers added over time to Pascal's roulette wheel, 0 and 00. 0 and 00 are sneaky bastards. When they hit, it always comes as a surprise, as if someone snuck those evil green digits onto the wheel while it was spinning too fast to notice. And when they hit, it usually leads to that brutal nut punch I mentioned earlier. The 3 sections of this book will each focus on one of the locations in which I spent the year in question, desperately trying to get my head and heart together after my wife had so enthusiastically poured battery acid over both of them. From the pubs of Ireland to the casinos of Las Vegas to the hedonistic pleasure palaces of Thailand, I learned a great deal during my 12 months of isolation, degradation, depredation, inebriation, confabulation, masturbation, consternation, and elation. One of the most important lessons that I learned was not to fear the zeros. Yes, they're unfair. And yes, they reduce the odds of winning and add to the house's already hefty advantage. But they also make things fun. The great victories in life are never sure things. Anyone can beat up a toddler, especially if he's napping. But when Buster Douglas dropped Mike Tyson that cold February night in Tokyo, he made history. He also paid out at 42-1. I am a simple man. I believe in only a few things, but I learned these things the hard way, so I believe in them absolutely. I don't consider myself a spiritual person. Either I've been too busy to think about that stuff, or it just felt stupid to do so. But I'll tell you one thing that I really do believe. If you listen to the roulette wheel, it will talk to you. And sometimes it will even whisper what number's about to hit. 00, or the second of those 2 extra chapters, or maybe this roulette analogy isn't working. I used to have a plan. It wasn't a brilliant blueprint designed by crafty German Bauhaus architects. It was a simple outline for how I wanted to live my life. And without wanting to sound boastful, I think that it was a solid plan. Have some fun while I'm young, work hard after college, meet a couple of ladies, marry one of them, make lots of money, drive an expensive car, have some kids, worry about my receding hairline, watch lots of sports on TV, die. A nice, basic plan, right? And everything was unfolding beautifully. I was in the middle of step 6, blissfully unaware of the shitstorm that was heading my way when the bottom fell out. Of my marriage, that is. The expensive car held up nicely. To be totally honest, there were problems with my plan even before my wife shoved a nuclear bomb down the pants of our life together. I might have spent too much time at the office. I probably could have met a few more ladies before marrying one of them. I definitely should have put my foot down about all the pasta-making courses, ballet recitals, and poetry readings she made me go to. And regular viewings of Shakespeare in the Park turned out not to solve the problems that already existed in my life. I really did love that car, though. I'm pretty much through with planning now. See, I used to think of myself as just another guy watching that white ball bounce around, hoping it would land on my number. I felt that I wasn't in control of what was happening in my life, and that made me nervous and anxious. But I've come to realize that I'm not some wide-eyed, hopeful, bellied up to the bays, watching helplessly as a random white ball decides my fate. I now know that I'm not fully in control of what will happen to me, nor will I ever be. But that's okay, because I also know that I'm not just watching the white ball. I am the white ball.